I will be real with you. I've never really liked Battlefield 5 because I first bought it on Xbox way too late, like a few months before the Japanese update came out. And honestly, I wasn't fancy playing it again, but yeah, it's been sitting there in my Steam library for ages, so I'm going to make this video about the campaign. Performance-wise, the game ran alright. The cutscenes were quite janky and sometimes didn't load properly. And it also crashed twice. One was a blue screen, which has been happening anyway with my PC, so I don't think that's the game's fault. And once during the Norway mission, when I tried to pick up a weapon. But other than that, I've been running a nice 30, 40, 50 FPS, which is good for my computer. And the load times ranged from 20 seconds to 2 minutes. The epilogue hit different, alright? Battlefield 1, I love the game. And it literally starts with the Harlem Hellfighter and the German dropping their weapons and became a statue. And then you get dropped straight into combat in Norway. The Norway part was alright. The lack of hit markers scared me because I knew there was hit markers, so I was kind of like, oh. The Brook part, you can definitely tell it was a thing of the time. As instead of the red flag, let's call it, it had the Imperial German flag with the cross in the centre, which honestly it was weird seeing because even in modern gaming now they've at least improved it. Well, even in the game, because in the last Tiger bit, it at least had the flag fully red. And so yeah, it's just interesting to see that during the time people were more sensitive. In the past, I enjoyed shooting the German medics, which wasn't a war crime because they were holding weapons, I swear. And at the end of that, the plane vibrated into existence. That was not smooth in the slightest. The aerial section I didn't enjoy, mostly because I don't like air combat. However, I played enough War Thunder that I kept trying to press C to look about and that. The bridge section I mostly just fucked about, I found some barrels to explode and I just looked about in the houses because, well, I didn't care. Alright, I'm just going to say this about Battlefield 5 now. I love the faces, because in modern games, the faces look wrong. They just don't vibe. Battlefield 5, it's perfect. They're detailed and they look nice. First campaign, as I like to call it, Sand and Sabotage. Also, can somebody explain, when did Cornet earn the O? Because when I look up Cornet, I only get Cornetto, so where did the O come from? I know it's probably because brand sells the product Cornet, but could somebody just please explain it so I can finally put my head to rest? Honestly, this campaign, for me, has the best characters, I just like them. At the start, I did have a glitch where Billy decided to become a pacifist and wouldn't stab the German, wouldn't shoot the German, wouldn't throw grenades. He just straight up went pacifist mode, so I had to restart from the last save and that fixed it. I had a blue screen at the end of the second mission. In the cutscene, well, in between the cutscene and the actual game, I had blue screen, but that's not a problem with the game, that's just my PC trying to kill itself slowly. Third mission, it was great, I love the fucking sing-song, it was so good. And at the end I had the good chuckle of the Trunk Monkey German.
It's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, for my heart's right there. Long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, my heart's right there.
Like the flag during the epilogue, another thing about the time was woman. I know this sounds kind of stupid, but yeah, they kind of really wanted to get that woman in there, didn't they? They had to get the points. The one German commander in that, he was alright. If he was in Normandy and didn't get blown up by a non-pilled hand grenade, which I'll get into. Yeah, I'd say don't come to Normandy tomorrow, you're alright. Skis were fun as hell, that's like my favourite part, and yeah, I kind of memed about it, because I have a few Norwegian friends, and they very much like the Krag. I'm just gonna say it, they love the fucking thing. And now do I. The game crashed when I tried to pick up a Kar98, so I guess the game only wants the Krag to be my one true love again. Richine, I'm just gonna say she should have fucking died. She got bonked way too many times by nature. And the hypothermia part. I became full bandit and just ran stealing all their heat and just killing them. At their parents, he was just chilling and then got choked out by some freezing murder child. Rest in peace, Hans. Open mission? Not very noticeable really, other than that one fucking ski slope that it lets you do. Honestly, that was cool as hell. And you can get some high ground if you manage to do it. The ending... yeah, I didn't quite like the ending of that story. Just a submarine coming out of nowhere, because it's cool. And also the hand grenade. It was unpulled. You twist the cap off, you pull the bottom, boom. The cap was not pulled. Do they not know how grenades work? Alright, the French Afrikaans section. I don't know what else to say about it. It was alright. The characters were alright. However, the thing I loved the most about it was the thing I love most about Battlefield, when you get the big war fields. I know that word's thrown about a lot, mostly for armour, but yeah. But I just love it when Battlefield is actually a battlefield. And also in the last mission, after that first objective where you have to take the town, the flare gun does absolutely nothing other than being an absolute meme weapon with infinite ammo. While waiting for the last tiger to, during the cutscene, I found the command button to entertain myself. A bit late as it is the last campaign, but the tank felt nice, the characters were good. However, one thing that annoyed me, the Americans. They're using MG42s and stuff, like for the mounted turrets, the packs instead of like American ones. They used Panzerfaust, which kind of makes sense because Americans did probably carry some when they found them, but still, there weren't any bazookas in the game yet, so that makes sense. The flags were finally changed, so at least they were red for the cross instead of the Imperial colours, which was pretty good. I know a tank went out of the cupola so they can have situational awareness, but the amount of times he had to go up and down, why didn't he just stay in? And plus urban combat, I'm surprised he did not get shot by some random American guy being like, oh boy, that's a German commander, let's take him out, boy. Pew, pew, pew. Slightly ashamed that there was only Shermans and Calliope Shermans. They could at least throw in a Pershing or two, but nah, only Shermans and a few armoured cars. Yeah, not to do the AA was kind of just, yeah, let's add this because it's cool, but, well, it actually was cool to be fair, but still. I like my bit of realism, but it's a AAA game, it's kind of expected at this point. The whole corridor of traitors, let's call it, was emotional, because it shows that even though they are losing, they still see German pride as number one, and not, bro, let's not die. So fuck Schwarzenegger. Hans did not deserve it, the fucking brainwashed bastard. Fuck Schwarzenegger. Also, nobody fucking knows who dies at the end, whether it was Schwarzenegger or Muller. So all in all, I enjoyed playing the campaign. I read it alright out of 10. You can definitely tell it was a product of the time, with people trying to SJW and shit. But out of all the things, good old Billy had my favourite characters. The Norway, the skis were fun, so that's features. The Colonial French had big war fields and some of my favourite gameplay running at the anti-tank guns, and the last Tiger, it hit different unless you get a fucking tank. This is also my first scripted video, and it feels weird to put more than basically just editing into the video. I also had to download Audacity to do this voiceover. So yeah, next time I play the multiplayer.